So welcome back. Before we jump into the afternoon session, quick recap. So this morning we really tried to cover a lot of the fundamentals to get everyone on the same page. We've got one topic to go, which is empirical process control, which I'm going to try and do in 5 to 10 minutes max. We'll jump into our afternoon agenda. So we're going to cover the product owner role, we're going to look at product strategy, product vision and product backlog. So that is our plan for the afternoon. And as usual, we want more questions. We've answered the questions on the right, but we'd love to get some more questions from you as well. So just keep those going as we go through. So let's get into empirical process control. Who knows what an empirical process is? It's a nice, big, difficult word. What is an empirical process? What about a defined process? What's a defined process? Have a go at that.
Agreed.
It's agreed, yeah, what else might it be?
Control.
Controlled, yeah, we might kind of know or plan, we might be able to plan it. Let's look at everyday examples of a defined versus an empirical process. So a defined process is something where we know what's going to happen. We know the plan is, it's probably going to go to plan. Empirical is where we have to keep adapting. It's where we don't really know what will happen and we learn and we improve and we change. What's an everyday example of something that's defined as a process?
Commute.
A commute, all right, so let's say catching a train. Now this morning I was on the underground and there's a lot of people who thought they were following a defined process, but when we got to the platform it said delayed, delayed, and people were 6 deep. So normally I would say that a commute would be defined, but it can be empirical. People are going to, and a lot of people made a decision, they inspected the number of people on the platform and they turned around and walked away and they've made plan B, so they've adapted. So it's not always defined. You would hope that a typical train journey in this country should be defined. What about an aeroplane trip? My flight back to Sydney, will that be empirical or defined?
Defined.
Very much defined, okay? So an aeroplane trip, it's all done by computer. The likelihood is that they'll set it up and we will fly the route and there's not much change. What about helicopter? Helicopter pilot, let's say they take off today in London. Would that be defined or empirical?
Destination is defined.
Yes.
The way it goes is empirical.
Very much. You're always having to inspect and adapt. Well, what's that there? Looking at the conditions, noticing what may be coming. Bringing up children.
Empirical.
Disorder. Disorder, but definitely empirical. Yeah, you just you just don't know. You have to keep inspecting and adapting